Hello and welcome back to my more important analysis videos with me, Rich Market Analyst at Hantec. Markets on Thursday, 10th of May. Let's look at euro dollar, which is just sort of consolidating a touch in the last sort of few hours. It's picked up about 20 pips up on the day. It is now again putting pressure on this downtrend. That downtrend, which has been in place for the last sort of 3 weeks now. Every time it gets towards that downtrend, it sells off. But today is sort of testing that theory. Momentum indicators remain solidly bearish. RSI just ticked up slightly from the mid-20s, but MACD line is still falling away. Stochastics still negatively configured. I think selling into strength remains the way to play this. I mean, you've got 1915, which is a breakdown from that old January low, which now becomes a basis of resistance. And on the hourly chart, you actually got sort of a bit of a pivot around 19 big figure. 19 big figure, 7th of May low, reaction high yesterday. So there is a basis of resistance around that sort of area. And the market is sort of testing this downtrend, as you can see on the hourly chart as well, but you can see the configuration on the momentum indicator still failing around that sort of mid-50s, high 50s level, still failing around the neutral level on the MACD lines on the hourly chart. So this remains in isolation a selling opportunity. I mean, the market may well sort of just hover around this level now until the inflation data this afternoon for the US, and sort of depending on how that inflation data plays out, you could easily see the market continue. Well, technically speaking, you'd be looking to sell into strength still. Now, I think depending on any surprises in the inflation data, I think the market will knee-jerk a little bit, but ultimately we're still looking out for a stronger dollar, I think, in the medium term against euro dollar, on euro dollar, sorry. So that would be pulling euro dollar lower. So selling into strength, I think, remains the way to play euro dollar at the moment. But obviously that inflation data could have a sort of a part to play in that. You've got 119 figure initial resistance, 119.40, another pivot, old low becomes new resistance. So you've got this resistance in place near term around that sort of level, and as I said, any rally I think is still a chance to sell. I mean, the steepness of this sell-off and the downtrend would suggest at some stage you're likely to get a consolidation which puts pressure on it. I mean, despite the fact we've had consistent bear candles, we are still sort of testing that downtrend. So the fact is that we are going to break that downtrend at some stage. It just depends on whether it's sort of a consolidation that gets sold into, which I still think it will do. So I will speak to you later, and I wish you good luck in your trading.